Hi everyone. In this video I want to talk about creating persistent incremental stamps. What I'm going to do is click a stamp, and I have a stamp loaded right now on my cursor, and you'll notice that the value inside this stamp is 1. When I click again, then it increments 1 at a time each time I click the stamp tool. Now if I save this file, I'll go Control S or Command S depending on the platform to save, and then I'll go Control or Command W to close my file. And then I'll come back and double click on the most recent file, and you see that I'm going to continue now. I'll get my stamp tool. Once again, I have that in My Stamps, and it's the incremental stamp, and I'll click, and you'll notice that every time I click, the stamp increments as well. This is great for exhibits or any documents where you need to sequentially enumerate pages or different documents. Now what happens when I quit Acrobat? If I go Control or Command Q and I save it and get out of Acrobat, then I'll go back and reopen Acrobat again. And once again we'll open up this last file we worked on. I'll get my stamp tool again, go over to My Stamps, pick up the same stamp, and notice that now it continues. So even when I quit the document, I could come back a month or two later, this stamp would continue incrementing because it's on this particular document. Now, this is really a relatively easy thing to do. If you saw my video on creating dynamic interactive stamps, you can get an idea for how we add some interactivity to the stamps, and I'll refer you to that video to brush up on exactly the process. I'm going to close this current document, and what I'm going to do is take a look at another file. I'll refer you to this document here. This is the one that I'm going to upload to my server. And if I take a look at each one of the pages I have here, it's a multi-page document. You see that I have 2 stamps that are examples here. And if you take a look at the script here in the form fields, I'll get my Prepare Form tool here and double click on this center field, this large field. Double click on that, go to Calculate, and then down in the Calculate script area, I'm going to click on Edit, and you can see this is the JavaScript that creates this dynamic stamp that will increment values each time you click the stamp, just as I just demonstrated to you a moment ago. The only thing that you have to really be concerned about in this script is this value right here. This is the template name, and once again I want to refer you to that earlier video I posted on creating dynamic interactive stamps, and you'll see that video that explains how you go about setting this up. If you take a look at the page templates over here, then this is where you can find the templates, and when I click on the template, I want to go just to the left of the equal sign and copy this value and then paste it in when you create the stamp. But you're going to have to create the stamp first. So you can see the scripts here, and what you want to do when you are ready to create your own, you create your design and then go to Custom Stamps up here and go to Create. You'll create a stamp, and it's going to ask you to browse for a location for the stamp. Once that comes in, then you're going to identify the category and provide a stamp name. Once again, I explained all of that in my earlier video. Then you can just come into this file and take a look at this field and just copy it and paste it into your design, and you get that file in a location that I'll post here in this video. On Windows, you can see the directory path where you can find the file that you need to add this after you create your stamp. It's going to be in that file in your stamps folder, and you can see that I have a directory path for both Windows and the Macintosh below. Okay, it's just that simple. If you take a look at the first page, I explained that page 2 is it resets the increment to 1 when closing the file or quitting Acrobat. In page 3, it behaves just like I demonstrated earlier, where you can continue incrementing a value even after you close the document or when you restart Acrobat, as long as you're opening up the same document. Now, there's a whole lot of things that you can do with stamps. There are a lot of ways that you can control the design. You can set up different colors. There's just a lot of different things that you can do with stamps. And I'm not going to point that out right now because there are a number of consultants and developers who actually create tools for you to use to let you customize a stamp in any number of ways. And I have links to a number of those people here. I would surely recommend you to contact Tom Parker on pdfscripting.com and take a look at his Exhibit Master application that he created. It's a marvelous thing, and it will give you the opportunity to create incremental stamps in just about any kind of way that you want to. You can change the color, the designs, everything, all the attributes related to the stamp. So these people are actually earning a living by doing consulting and developing tools. So I'm not going to go into it too much here. What I've shared with you right now is pretty much in the public domain, but I'll leave the advanced JavaScripting and things like that to those people who are actually working in the field. So I'm going to upload this file to my server, take a look at it, take a look at these stamps. Once again, you need to create a stamp, locate the stamp where it's been saved to your stamps folder, locate the directory path, open that up, and then just simply come in and copy and paste this field. And once again, the only thing that you have to change in terms of the coding here is this line right here. You just need to change this to the template name that you'll get when you hit the Page Templates tool and go to Page Templates, and then you'll see in the file that you create, you'll have different names here. So can't make it any easier than that. You just have to make sure that you do this religiously in the same order that I've outlined. And once again, I want to refer you to that earlier video I have on creating dynamic interactive stamps. So I hope this has been helpful, and anybody who's working in an occupation where you need to have exhibits or documents where you need to increment stamp values, then hopefully this will be helpful to you and you'll be able to use it. So once again, this is Ted Padova wishing you all the very best in all your Acrobat activity. And until next time, have a good day.